Ghana ranked 6th in the world, 1st in Africa with largest gold deposits. You see, we are saying, you know, it be a good whopper. We are saying, you toss in now, Oba Africa, Ghana, number 1. Gold, ain't it? Yeah, the gold board, Eshishan, your book gold no buying. Na say you to be to the year, na you need to be the chile. Na say galam say you to be stopping. Na gold near Benjamin a legitimate gold, a beba system. No, ama abaning yesika. We will not lack as a nation. The last time we catch the Bank of Ghana, we should add and cap our gold because you will gold. Now, the Kenyan say you better so send you to me tuno a coin passo a beboa mino. Send you to me two gold no a coin passo. Yamba nipa bi to go no kwan bonus wa ebe say yen sase. If we are able to put a lot of effort in stopping illegal mining and making sure we streamline how we get our gold, na money legitimate, registered, legal aggregators and airton gold, airto gold, we will be able to get out of our misery as a nation. Because okay story we saw, this is what it says. Bank of Ghana's gold reserves hit 38.4 tons. Nansiyao. Tama NDC ba power na gold reserves was 26 to 27. And in less than a year, gold reserves now could do 38.4 tons at the end of October 2025, up from 37 tons at the end of September. September now 37 tons. October they about 38 tons. Time I bet to NDC ba power no. Now it was, I think, 32 or a little below 30. So you see, say you're streamlining the way you bet to gold, you know. You bet so, you bet silly every loophole. Nipa be found area gold, you know. Every other body say Johnny. Now you bought your gold no near and sas home buying. Say see no, you dem raba yen to be forest mu enko to gold. Inti insu na osi bon buying. I will say your ma effort no more come. A buying way the also here. And we have seen the effort of the government. See, are consistent. Na see to me, Edi Imran so na yama ye niya ding na omo mugugun so no ye to me eyi omo free so na ye bo omo ye juma dia ye go de juma no omo ye no kwan papa so a. At the end of the day, we will get out of our misery. Ghana will not be a country that people will consider as a third world country. De biane ye bo besia. Into this government is doing something unique. It was doing something unique. Time NDC about power. Now gold reserves 31 tons. In less than a year, you had about 8 tons to 7 tons in account. It is not a joke. Now you can see the seriousness. The fight against illegal mining. Now there was one story. The first day I saw no, I was like, this is my story of the year, and it's about this story. EPA bans fabrication, sale and use of champagne mining machines in Ghana. And I believe that the president should come out and speak on this. Yeah? Protecting our river bodies in Ghana. The first thing we need to do, apart from the legislative things, legislative instruments we are trying to reverse, people not mining in our forest, any gold board, aggregators, streamlining the system. The first thing we need to be very, 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 very serious about banning of champagne. Such champagne machine. No. Now EPA for the lady now only the EPA right now. I really like her. She's really working. On this kokofu kwasi abenyi na obetina EPA ajantra for no di omochi. Kokofu MPP kokofu obetina EPA only track record be a Jimini a year. And not to Facebook and the num can win say Azos a just pipe. This young lady, when she took over EPA, we are seeing the difference this lady is making. Now, you see a banning champagne. Masa, the problem you face with Ghana, yen suni na any aye brown or champagne. Okay? Oba Ghana, baby aye champagne pa aye santimemu. And every Galamsey knows Ashanti region and Western region. Hey, Menoka Sunday, Ufri eye obwase. na ufro boase ahwan kwanta na uwura Kumasi. You be nipa omoton champagne open market dom. Chinese for omo okotakwa na unam kwan no ho a they have open shops omoton galamsey equipment materials they even sell mercury cyanide open market. Now mameka bibincha Ghana for last but to say I've heard something they keep saying eche wo won free galamsey site eche bia wo no wonte galana se onte mine na se. Let me tell Ghanaians today, you can take less than 3 hours to put a champagne together and it will start working. Yeah. When omo this surface mining na omo hye excavator ni nyoma kese e di pressure ahwiano on the surface omo to be inso the pressure no e bo ahwiana na ahwiano e hohoro any omo de champagne no esinsuo so no champagne omo tuma ko site anopa 6 by 9:30 no ma hye champagne wie aginsuo mu bo adwuma. What we need to do as a nation, we need to enforce the law. Say champagne, it does not matter what you are going to use it for, it needs to be banned in Ghana totally. Okay, say a person say we are the government of the day should go to parliament and make this a law that is rigid, that if you are seen in possession of champagne, whether at home, whether outside in the forest, by the roadside, and even when you are seen as a welder manufacturing anything that looks like champagne, your minimum sentence should be 30 years. Our waters will clean up in a month. Ghana and Sona say no, champagne for the same sort. And if we are able to put a law, deterrent enough, strong enough to deter people from even, because champagne no, yes so, moto yes so, and welders here omo communities here no omo di omo call so champagne no. Now there's one thing about champagne o hye no ha na say opeso o move de another location and one say we tam champagne no free saa de na sim no o tam free mu a ebi o ha nnua na egu ase no omo tam free nnua no so no de sim machine car for so in the next 10 minutes na we another location. Into champagne no, one champagne can work on River Cobra by 30 miles na eko na ba, and it does not take long to put champagne together. So what we need to do, say a person so any tia mameka bi jow omo mo ye alluvial mine and surface mine bi no a omo de pipe bi ebo ahwea no, we can deal with them. Omo de na easy because with them it takes a lot of effort to put together those machines and excavators to be hitting the soil, splashing the soil, and then making sure they weaken the face of the soil to get into it. But champagne, no, within 3 hours, Obibetuma built a new champagne. Na juma in the next 2 hours, Obetuma Tamesi, another pick up to not another location. So the government, if I get the opportunity to meet the lands minister, I will tell him, prepare a document. Take it to the president. Let the president understand, to protect our water bodies, we need to ban champagne. It does not matter. We should see champagne like cocaine. Champagne we should see like atomic bomb. We need to draft a law that even say obi wu champagne na wa campus we hu asa nipa no kwa watomra. Sa effort na yedi Jimmy on say anti LGBTQ dia no me say I will see a shemra on say wouldn't say obi was champagne. Now what knowledge cross obi was champagne. Now I'm a reporter. Near chili panana obo dia wo crowd go jail. We need to put a law like that. The moment you are able to put that law, I swear to God, within a month, because at this point, when you go to the site and you catch anybody working with champagne, automatically 20 years. And I support the president and the new CJ who is going to be sworn in soon. No matter whoever does, he will be the CJ. Mr. Bonny. The way they are putting together tribunals and courts, we need to have a law, a very rigid law. Yeah. Won sa law na. Won sa law na ye sha space bi anda ho. Ye sha sambra na space bi anda ho. And to say, yeah, yo, you do a firing squad. So ban way, a bolder. They should ban champagne and not just banning it. Whoever is seen welding, manufacturing, exporting any parts, whoever even knows about champagne being built in his house, outside his house, on his land. Oma Embrani is so rigid to say. So be put the area not to say world away, or you may apprentice. Now say also so be champagne. Ya chis how well done okra. Wo master ni ebecho. We should make champagne like atomic bomb. Adia ye chi. We should make it look like poison. And if we are able to put this near Danen and Mra within a month, in Siobia organ liberty. Because you see, 90% of Inkofo and Naimo say Chomina champagne muzu. So why are we not putting a law together that will deter people from using champagne in Ghana for good? We are not supposed to be like sale and use of champagne mining machines. No, it's not just the sale and use. It is everything that has got to do with champagne. Everything. Like anything that has got to do with champagne. You will say ukuta boat. Tight champagne 10 years. And when 9 months goes out there, now ochi obi o use champagne. Sani pana was 20 years obenya. Ya chini pa 10. No one come 20 years in 24 hours. I'm telling you. You will not get any confrontation. You will not get anybody fighting you. Every water will be clear of people using champagne. I am telling you. But you see, there's something nipa bebre so Ghana omunim. Ameka be binchiremo. You see, when yes, champagne headquarters, Asaman Tamfo. Yes, so called Asaman Tamfo. Champagne, no headquarters, no. And I'll personally find the number of the Lands Minister and say, Mr. Lands Minister, Mr. Amakofibua, I'll find his number. Memo will be the number. My name is my friend, say, boss. If you want us all to help in the fight against Galamsey, prepare a document and take to Parliament, including this EPA ban fabrication something. Let it be a law. If you really want to fight Galamsey, champagne should be banned forever. I was going to speak on something. I want to send the OT TV swa and OT radio swa. Now in Kofo have a conversation about illegal mining or Galamsey. Now before I say that video, look at champagne, no? Sibia. Deadly and dangerous. The people who manufacture champagne, now her video the EPA boss went out there to make sure say illegal mining on some of our river bodies, they stopped them. Champagne right now what they are seeing and the new strategy the EPA is taking, and I think say that is too much work, and that because it is too much work, Abino and Shemra, this is the EPA boss and his group, her group.
Okay, yeah, bring me down at the ham. And I have so ya baba be 2 machines almost 3 times. Ewa hammer. You be 2 years, I machine a boy near Omadi. You be 2 years, no master baba a day. Or my sack top for the abba. It's a develop a strategy said the flame now and on a boy at the end. Yeah, but the gas with a you buy if you machine now. Near to say be a day at the aqua. And on Ubi sign fine your day. And some but before to wait me a day, a big pity. Boat no for now why incur a lot of cost. The two engine pen was any nearly good. Even engine no crown, Udi Jatuma. Sometimes no any in an idea. I say cry. Don't me to top pass, a found the other, but say, ye banner say, Uchucha. Now we an engine in now the qua. Nipano, what condemn machine no cry. If you need the face and blue water guide for no, almost a son, almost family. Omukwa omuntucha we are the scratch phone of the Bako Moma, almost the Sanko Mom. That's all. And never had no boy then, because before so we get to the IDBC, we know, no, 100,000 plus. But and yet me a saying so the you see ya do move say oh yeah 10 times you best say 10 times.
The only way out to eliminate this chamfan on the Brim River is to high the service of a weather that will go with a gas weather, so that once we go weather dismantle the boat itself, which it will be very difficult, because when they come back they will come and see nothing, because there will be nothing on the river. So basically that's why we decided to adopt it, and
so,
we know that
when your EPA boss no way ye Etiwa East DC on it the group and na deploy gas welders and some task force be and call Brim River, and they went to, at the end of the day, champagne machines, and also welders the moment they could get machines. No, so champagne machines, no. And sorry, this is not the EPA boss. This is a year Etiwa East DCE or also the Juma or year no. Now the other one they say almost say champagne now. I debe choma kone asaye. Champagne no sometime we change tuma and say omoba no mo hwe a year in Soguso na omasaye den asoso. Until right now no. Etiwa East DC ni cultural ban say to be call location be 3 times. Call be another champagne for festival, and that they have seen say champagne for no build it more robust system, and the uchaja tuma I was say sebio e shibe 3 days now uchaja tum 30 minutes 40 minutes 1 hour there ba some machine abesa yejuma until right now no Etiwa East DC no or the welder and nam now welders no etwitwa machines no na twitwa sa body na di steel aye no na so na tuma destroy champagne no enti eno na kire wo say the galamseers are becoming more sophisticated. What are we doing? Are we also becoming sophisticated, or we are still using the traditional way? Hey, obian free? It's not going to work. The galamseers now when Chinese voyage jumana Chinese vono introduce them to different things no. First champagne na you say that you na yakitu ebi na siduaso. It's becoming big. It's becoming bigger. Now they are building a chest for the champagne. It means the galamseers are becoming more and more sophisticated. But our approach to stopping them from using these machines to destroy our waters, it is still the traditional way. Go into the forest. Yedede, my warning shot, Momunjani, Shepetro Gusu, Kejatum, they will come back. So we need to also adapt a new strategy. Champagne the machine ni kranka sankasa no se unhia machine wo kro beko jail yet is a machine no when hia wo send to crackeka se uye welder na be fa ofiri boase na de wo batakwa na ye be chi machine no na ye hu se wo na wo boase na weld ma omo a ye be boase abe chi wa ma 20 years. That is how it's supposed to be. Now I was talking about the EPA boss and also any group. They have been going around and making sure say Amena illegal miners say to know the EPA boss no she and her group EPA chief executive Professor Nana Ama Brown Klutse has urged private sector collaboration with government and environmental agencies to reclaim degraded lands. Speaking during a champagne ban enforcement operation in the Ashanti region, she lamented the severe impact of illegal mining on farmlands, forests, and water bodies, and called for collective action to support land restoration and sustainable use. In the EPA board, boss, she is on the ground. I heard they say they had some confrontation in Obuasi when they were dealing with some land issues and some illegal mining issues. That is where the problem is. So Champagne Niwa, EPA boss will not have to go there. Now EPA boss no, agenda Yunana say we need to start reclaiming our land. We need to start doing reclamation. We can only do reclamation when the people who are polluting have stopped. Now the people who are polluting, you cannot start reclamation because because what happens and they say she might be working, she might be closing some or covering some of the pits, but the next day the same people will be diverting river bodies and the pits now it will become another death trap. It will become another sump. It will become another river. All that we need to do is to cut off the supply of champagne and the activities of illegal miners. Say you want the activity in Jaya, the job of this woman will be so easy because now when she goes to a place and say we need to reclaim this land, we need to try and fill it back, she knows to say there's nobody in the next 4 towns who is going to divert another water to go through this land. Reclamation. So if you want to help this lady who really wants to work, this is the first time EPA boss, she is on the ground working. She herself goes to the ground, look at the thing for herself, assess the situation, and find ways that any team, they can find ways, support, and reclaim and Sasia Ewo Ghana. This is the EPA boss.
Yeah, we are deeply worried because our estimation and also reports from World Bank confirms that we have about 3 million hectares of land that are degraded, and it takes us all to restore the land. If we have to get all this land back to its original state, it involves backfilling the holes, giving the water or the rivers their original path, planting the trees that were there, and get the place back in order. That's a huge cost on the state. Government, EPA, we are advocating for private sector to come in to support with reclamation of our land, then to restore our water bodies as well. So EPA is in the process looking for funds, seeking, requesting for proposals in the reclamation of our land and the cleaning of our water bodies. So that's what we are currently doing. It's worrying, but it's our mandate to also protect the environment. So we are taking steps in these processes.
Now coming in.
Yeah, we are deeply worried because our estimation and also reports.
So you can see clearly, these young people are Mahama, most of them, majority of them want to work. They want to leave an impact. They want to make an impact. They want to leave a legacy. You can see most of them are young, and they are worried about how things have been handled over the years. In the South study this government, the young people, everybody who has been given an opportunity to serve by the president, they all want to leave a legacy. They want to make an impact. That's why today you see a whole EPA boss not sitting in Accra, not sitting in some air-conditioned room. She herself wearing helmet, boots on the ground, looking at the situation on the ground, and then taking action. We need to help them. They are doing everything possible to make sure, say, but they cannot do this alone. There isn't enough funds. She is going to try and cover but the question here is, are the people are they still not going to divert in the water? The Shamfan people are still on the rivers. They are still digging. What are we doing to help these young people? And I like young people who have decided to do their job, who have decided to commit, who have decided to let Ghanaians see, say, we are not, you see, majority of John Mahama appointees, they are not office appointees. These are appointees who always want to be on the ground. So what's the deal? This is the first time we have seen ministers always on the ground. Look at our Greek minister. Hardly do you see him in his office. Every single day he is on the ground. Or kurasibi, or kurobiso, or peso kohuse, farming bibi, ekoso. Look at the health minister. Every day he's on the ground. Debia Ora Hospital, Adiabechina or Rituli Hospital, Adiabechina Raha. Look at the lands minister. He himself is sitting on boats, going and coming. Every single day he's going here, he's entering here. Look at the energy minister. These are people who are working. All these ministers, look at Haruna Idrisumo. Haruna Idrisu is always on the ground, re-entering schools without announcing, making sure things are done practically in front of him to see, say, BB Koso. This is the kind of leadership we want. These are the kind of people who are willing to work. We also need to help by making sure we draft laws that will make their work easy for them, especially when it comes to fighting illegal mining. Shamfine needs to be banned forever in Ghana. The law needs to be rigid.